Heyo, my dudes. We are at the Ft.Worth Zoo today. It was my first time visiting, and I had gone with my new bestie, Layla. Right as we turned in, the first exhibit were these goofy fellows. The Ft.Worth Zoo is one of a handful of institutions to successfully breed and hatch Chilean flamingos. In the summer months, there's a few different pens with flamingos of varying age and type. This location has 3 of the world's 6 flamingo species on display: Caribbean flamingos, Chilean flamingos, and lesser flamingos. As you guys probably already know, their magnificent coloration comes from the shrimp that they eat. This occurs due to consuming a large amount of carotenoid-filled foods. Carrots are also packed with carotenes, but we don't eat enough to turn orange. Flamingos have always just seemed really derpy to me, though some of these guys looked kind of disturbed. On the way to the Reptarium, we passed by quite a few freeloaders. They were everywhere. This Reptile House is also known as MOLA, Museum of Living Art. I took a moment to appreciate the variety of animals chilling out on the sign. Especially this cutie. When you first walk in, you're greeted by a few different doodles. These cuties shared their home with a basque of gharials, native to Nepal and northern India. The gharial is named for the bubble-like growth at the tip of its nose, which resembles a pod. The Hindi word for pod is gara, reaching lengths of up to 16 feet and weighing nearly 1,500 pounds. These jonkers are the largest crocodilians living today. They're quite goofy looking, with their long snouts specially adapted for catching fish. Something I also love is how hooked their scoots are on their tails. Moving on to the interior, you'll see one of the most dangerous snakes, the Gaboon viper. Their venom isn't the most potent, but their strike distance is oftentimes underestimated. Nearby is a large king cobra. King cobras almost exclusively eat other snakes. And this textured beauty is a bushmaster. Walking further into the depths of Mola, you're greeted with the colorful and adorable cast of Native to Guiana in northeastern South America, Ecuador, Colombia, Peru, Brazil. These chunky monkeys can get up to 4 feet in length and weigh 3 to 6 pounds. The females will lay eggs right inside termite mounds, where predators are less likely to eat them up. Cayman lizards share their flooded forest habitat with an array of fish and rays. One particular fish loves to groom around their tails, searching for tasty snacks. Red-tailed catfish are oftentimes described as the puppies of fish. And last but not least, nearing the exit of the Reptarium, you'll meet this majestic hunk. We made our way to Raptor Canyon, and we passed by some sleepy lemurs. Some napping and swimming ducks. And these gorgeous Victorian crowned pigeons. Can you believe that they're pigeons? Just like an osprey, this eagle has barbs on its feet to help hold slippery fish. They're practically the osprey of the African continent. Though unlike the osprey, they catch fish from the surface instead of fully submerging themselves. I like to call them oversized seagulls with their iconic call. Crowned eagles are found only in Africa. Their range far extends past 30 different countries. From the tropical forest and moist savannas within the south central areas, down into eastern South Africa. Crowned eagles live in monogamous pairs. They will breed twice a year, year-round, usually producing around 1 to 2 eggs per incubation period. They are the 9th heaviest living eagle species and have hunted prey as large as 25 pounds. This walkway also featured a few different species of vulture, a bird that I honestly believe is severely underrated. Southern Mexico through Central America to Colombia, Venezuela, the largest and most powerful of the world's eagles. The female harpy eagle can weigh up to 20 pounds. They're known as monkey eaters within thick jungle canopy. I think the harpy eagle is one of my favorite birds of all time. On our way to the Outback exhibits, we stopped to say hi to a few more birds. The hyacinth macaw is one of the largest species of parrot on Earth. Similar to other parrots, they oftentimes outlive their owners, living up to 70 years old. Unfortunately, due to the illegal pet trade, their numbers have dropped below 7,000 macaws in the wild. The blue color that they're known for is actually very rare in nature, and with the blue macaw, they get this color through light refraction instead of physical pigment. Next up, we have this adorable little bird called the gala. Something unusual for my American eyes is knowing that these little birds are like pigeons in Australia. You guys have it so freaking lucky. The Great Barrier Reef section was being renovated, so it was a bit lackluster. But right outside, we were able to watch the deer of Australia prance around. Isn't it weird how kangaroos are just like massive marsupials? Next up, we have a variety of penguins. These Cape penguins looked like they wanted to square up with each other. Cape penguins are the most conserved penguin in the world due to their warm environment, which is pretty easy to replicate in a zoo. Their names come from where their natural habitat is located, on the very southern Cape of South Africa. And alas, at this point, we took an intermission. We tried to look for ice cream, but many of the shops were closed, probably because it was a Tuesday. We went on to explore the Texas wild area, which is funny since we can see many of these animals locally, albeit on the east border of the state. The next star of this video is the roseate spoonbill. Spoonbills feed by weighting their heads back and forth in the water, and it kind of looks like they're jamming out. Just like flamingos, they get their color by the food they eat. They shared this cute habitat with a few peculiar friends. Backcountry area featured many notorious species, though the space given wasn't very good. Overall, this area was pretty underwhelming and kind of depressing. We passed by a petting zoo on the way out, using the train. And at last, we made it to the other end of the park. It's strange watching creatures that are so closely related to us. These guys are bonobos. They're known to be a smaller cousin to the chimpanzee, and a much more docile family member. I have to say, the Savannah area was far more expansive than the previous section. The rhino and elephant exhibits wrapped around the area, giving far more space than the Dallas Zoo. They had 3 different rhino species as well. Giraffes, ostriches, antelope, and vultures all shared a huge space. Being Ellie's favorite animal, they sure are magnificent in size. Giraffes are part of the family Ariodactyls, which include deer, pigs, camels, and bison, to name a few. They're obviously the largest of the group. Oh, the closer relatives of giraffes are mostly extinct. Look at this animal's feet and tell me to my face that that is not a dinosaur. Speaking of those beautiful feet, the one claw, their snaggle claw, is used to give extra friction while they run, though that claw can also be used to kick the shit out of you. Something that their cousin, the cassowary, is infamous for. As we were at the end of the zoo, all that was left was a little walk around the savannah. Got to see these adorable flycatchers, some more adorable ducks swimming around, and last but not least, these meerkats splooting while they soak up the midday sun. Meerkats will oftentimes share the responsibility of raising the family. The lookout position was rotated, so there was always a fresh pair of eyes looking out for danger. Meerkats will eat a lot of scorpions by the time they're adults. This gives them a permanent immunity to the scorpion's sting. If a scorpion is spotted, it will be an adult to remove the stinger, so the kids can eat a safe and filling meal. Meerkats also have a unique language. Differing levels of danger require differing levels of alarms and sounds. I wish I had more time to record more cohesively, but I'm glad that I recorded it all.